Good evening, and thank you for joining us live at the Digital Desk in the 24-hour WTOC newsroom for The News Now. I'm Brittany Miller with your 10 o'clock update. If you're watching us live on Facebook, be sure to comment with any hellos or any questions or comments. And at the end of this show, I'll try my best to give you a shout out, say hello back, or answer any question that you may have asked, okay? 3 fires in 7 hours. That's what Hilton Head Island Fire Rescue had to tackle yesterday. Fortunately, no one was injured, but one of the homes was badly damaged. Investigators have yet to determine the causes for these 3 blazes, but at this point, they are all being looked at as accidents. The first fire began just before noon and damaged a good portion of this home off of Thomas Cohen Drive. 2 adults and 2 children have been displaced by the fire, and investigators believe it started in an electrical panel. Later that day, around 6, a fire started around a grill at a home on Kingfisher Street. Fortunately, residents were able to put the fire out, and investigators did a sweep to make sure that it was completely extinguished. About a half hour later, the 3rd fire started around a water heater in the attic of a home on Palmview Drive in Hilton Head Plantation.
I know that the smoke detector is activated in both of the bigger fires that we had yesterday. So, make sure you have smoke detectors. We are happy to come check them and put some in if people need those.
The American Red Cross is working to assist the family that was displaced from the Thomas Cohen Drive fire, and the Beaufort County was called to help and cover during that busy day. On the anniversary of the Confederate flag's removal from South Carolina State House grounds, people are reflecting on the historic day and the symbolism of that move to a museum. Today, people on both sides rallied at South Carolina Capitol, where the flag once flew. Some say the removal of the Confederate flag is a symbol of progress, while others say the flag was a part of their heritage and history.
There were those that wanted to fly a different version of the Confederate flag. There were those that wanted to fly the current version, but on only specific days. But the truth is, regardless of how you feel about the history of this state, the divisions that the flying of that flag brought about just weren't appropriate.
The movement to take down the flag, of course, came from the church shooting at Mother Emanuel AME in Charleston in June of 2015, when 9 parishioners were killed by the white supremacist Dylann Roof. Switching gears a little, in the case that you ever become involved in an emergency situation, you should know that calling 911 from your cell phone may not get help as fast as you think it should. Cell phone companies use your location and the closest cell tower to direct your call to a dispatch center. WTOC's Amanda LeBeau reports from Chatham County's 911 Center and explains how using your cell phone to call 911 could cause delay in your safety.
911, where's your emergency?
When you hear those words on the other end of the phone, you probably think help is just a few minutes away. But if you're calling from a cell phone and live near another county, you could be connected to the wrong dispatch center.
When you're standing, at a geographic point and you're really within feet of being in one county as opposed to the other, your cell phone provider is going to route you to, depending on where you're standing, to what they believe is the 911 center that should take the call.
Chatham County Police Chief Jeff Hadley says that happened Sunday to some living on Old River Road who called about a man trying to get into homes.
This was a call that was routed to Bryan County, then Effingham, and then finally to Chatham. There was damage to property. A living room window was broken. And actually the homeowner fired his weapon at the window when he heard it break. I can understand his frustration with that.
That homeowner says it took police about 45 minutes to get there. So how can you make sure you get the help you need fast? The Federal Communications Commission has these tips. First, tell the dispatcher your address, including your city and county, as soon as he or she answers. If you need to be transferred to a different dispatch center, they'll know right away. Then, give them your cell phone number in case you get disconnected. Chief Hadley says you can also save the number for your designated dispatch center into your phone and call that line directly instead.
I would love to hear your comments on that story or anything else that we talked about this evening. So we're going to head over to Facebook. We have a couple people saying hello. Hello from Angela Kyler Fields. Hi, Angela. To Janice Elaine Murray. Hello, Janice. We have a hello from McIntosh County from Justin 4. Hello, Justin. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any comments or any questions about anything we talked about this evening, you can leave that comment and I'll go back and answer it. Thank you so much for joining us for The News Now. I'm Brittany Miller. Tune in over the air for The News at 11.